Hey Mechwarriors, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. Today I'm going to show you some high difficulty gameplay of one of my favorite mechs of this run that I did with Hunter. As you've seen in my previous videos and my previous campaigns, my favorite medium mech is still and always will be the Kintaro with mainly the SRM brawling build. And then for later game, like late and really end game, I might switch to the heavier mechs, like say the Warhammers, the Battle Masters, or as you've seen in this most recent campaign series, I tend to use, say, the Agincourt or the Corsair. But those are hero-specific mechs that sometimes you might not be able to get so quickly or reliably, although those ones you can, because they are specific rewards to specific high-risk missions. So one of the mechs that that I fell in love with in this series is actually the Cyclops. The Cyclops is a 90-ton assault mech, and it's a very basic build. Let me show you the build quickly, and then we'll show you the upgrades, and then we'll go right into some gameplay. So very simply, the reason why I like the Cyclops is it has a lot of armor, but it also has some speed. You'll notice it's actually faster due to an upgrade. But let's look at the actual gear or the loadout that I have. The most important thing is the right torso ballistic slot, which I've equipped with an AC 20 burst fire, and I prefer actually, I used to always like this, just the standard AC 20, because all you had to do was is all the damage is in that one bullet or that one ballistic item, whereas the burst fire is going to shoot 4 or 5 rounds, and each round does part of that 31.2 damage, so it could do maybe 6 damage per shot. So in my head a long time ago, I used to hate the burst fire, and I preferred the AC-20 standards because it's all in one shot. You just have to be accurate, and you can do a lot of damage in one go. But what I've realized is that the burst fire does more damage than the AC-20 standard, and the rate of fire is typically faster as well. So you can actually end up shooting it quite at least more often than the standard AC-20. Once again, that is tier 5 to tier 5 or tier 1 to tier 1. The AC-20, the burst fire version, will always do more damage and have a faster rate of fire. At the lower levels, the differences aren't really there, but at higher, it's more significant. So as you can see for my build, I have an AC-20 burst fire. I have 3 tons of AC-20 ammo. In this high difficulty missions I'm going to do, I am probably going to need that 1 extra ton. But let's see how we do, because as you can see, I typically put my ammo in the legs only because I'm facing off against the computer. The computer doesn't tend to shoot your legs, unlike actual human players. If I ever face off against a human, I'd shoot their legs, because I imagine they might put some ammo there, and even if they don't have ammo in their legs, if you take out one of their legs, they're essentially dead. So I have an SRM 6. I don't put the Artemis because I feel because the Cyclops will be a brawler, and if you're brawling, then you're pretty close. The Artemis won't, I feel, make too much of a difference. The Artemis doesn't do more damage, it just makes the cluster smaller. I have an empty small missile slot, and then what I do is I just put standard medium lasers in here. I don't use chem lasers. Chem lasers I really like because it keeps your mech cool, but the Cyclops, the double heat sinks I have here, I probably don't even need it. This build is simple and it runs very cool, I've found in my experience. So that is the build. 3 tons of AC-20 ammo. You're probably going to see I'm going to need an extra one, only because I'm doing single player and Hunter's not with me. If Hunter was with me, I might not need as much ammo because he'll be doing a lot of the DPS, whereas my AI lance mates are, as usual, horrible, and they're not going to do much damage relying on me to do it. And I have 1 ton of SRM ammo, which I typically run out of as well. So what I like about the Cyclops, other than the armor and the speed, is that the most powerful weapon is protected in the right torso. It's not like some assault mechs where they're in arms, which can be more easily blown off. Although assault mechs still do have a lot of health or armor, so you might not lose an arm as often as you would on heavy or medium mechs. So that's that. Let's quickly look at the upgrades that I did. I didn't fully upgrade the Cyclops. I just made this for this video, really. But the most important ones I feel for this build is the ballistic range and velocity upgrades. So I have 15 plus 77.5%. So we're getting 22.5% additional range and velocity. We synergize it with ballistic cooldown time. Basically, our autocannon should be firing very, very often. And as I've outlined in my previous videos, I value speed in my mechs. So I have added this specific upgrade to my Cyclops, which increases the top speed from 64.8 kilometers per hour to 74.5, which is pretty nice. So, and obviously there's 2 slots left. I just left it empty for this. So we're going to jump over to this high-end area. These areas open up once you complete the main campaign mission in Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. It gives you like 4 or 5 different areas at the corners of the map that you can go to, which unlocks this new conflict zone, which, as you can see, a recommended reputation level 13 to 15. So we're going to find some of the hardest missions here. Now, the thing is with the Cyclops and this build, the reason why I like it is because it does a lot of damage. So this is a mech killer, but this is not specifically a mission-centric mech. So missions like demolition, it's not well-rounded, is what I'm saying. So it's not great for, is okay for raid, but is really not good for demolition. That's why I like Battle Masters and the Warhammers, because they have machine guns, and I don't feel bad using machine guns on walls and buildings, because the machine guns do a lot of damage without wasting precious AC-20 ammo. So as a Cyclops, I have to run into buildings rather than shoot at buildings with my AC. So let's find a mission to do. Defense missions are typically pretty good. Let's take a look at Wesau. Let's see. In this run, we've been keeping good with House Kurita and the Independence, but not good with the Federated Commonwealth. So let's go there, hoping that defense mission is for Kurita or Independence. But if it isn't, it doesn't matter at this point. Hunter and I are pretty close to the end of this campaign run, and the next campaign run we might have some quirks. Maybe we might do salvage only, so we're not going to buy any mechs. We are only, maybe hero mechs, but we're only going to use mechs that we salvage, which will slow down our progression, but would hopefully be interesting. Okay, so we are here. We're in the Taurian corridor, and the defense mission is garrison duty. Capture and defend internal ISFR. Drop into Wesau and capture the target base, destroying any defending units. Protect the target base from further destruction until help arrives. No problem. Difficulty 83, so not the highest end yet, but don't worry, we'll do the war zone after to show you. So defense missions, I don't typically do too many airstrikes, but you know what? I have so much, what's it called? Negotiation points, because House Kurita has us as a hero. I'll do the airstrikes. I haven't been doing damage coverage because, as you can see, we have so much money. But I'll take it here because my lancemates are probably going to get hurt. So let's switch our mechs out. I have my Cyclops here. Now let's see. I have to make sure we don't use Hunter's mechs, and that's the thing. That's why I love playing with Hunter, because he has his preferences for mechs, but he doesn't mind if the AI uses it, because I hate the AI using my mechs because I'm afraid they get cored or they die and they damage and lose the equipped items. But Hunter has no problems. He has his preferences, but he's like, if you want the computer use my mech, I don't care, you know. So let's see, who am I going to use? That's his technically. That's his technically. He has a lot of mechs. So we're gonna have the Banshee as one. I think the Stalker is not technically being used, so we'll use this group here. So we have the Banshee over here. Normally I don't like Banshees, but this is a good Banshee. I like it because it has a ton of weapons. Unlike other Banshees only having 3 or 4 weapon weapon hard points. Look how many hard points we have. We have 12 hard points on this Banshee. So we have a heavy rifle, we have tons of medium lasers, and even an LRM 10. The Stalker, this Stalker I believe is Hunter's favorite, the 3H, just for I think the heat management and the hard points, it works properly, where you can have the LRM 20s, you can have the SRM 6s, and 4 medium lasers. It's a nice balance, nice heat. And finally, I've been using the Hatamoto Chi as a lance mate. I haven't tried it myself. I might try it in the near future. I don't particularly like it because there's not enough hard points per one of my other videos. But as you can see, the way I've done it is I tried to make it cool, large chem lasers. I have a SRM 6 and a LRM 15. Once again, that is more for the a lance mate build and not specifically what I would do. Once again, I don't really know what I would do with so few weapons. I say that, but then my Cyclops doesn't have that many. It has actually an equal amount of hard points, just different mix. Anyways, let's jump into it. Okay, let's see. Is this it? Oh, we already took over it. Okay.
Hostile forces incoming. We have a few friendlies here on rotation, but they will need our assistance defending this station from incoming hostile forces. Move out.
Okay, so what do we got? Scorpion light tanks, Scorpion light tanks. We have a Panther. And there's a Centurion really close. I'm gonna have my guys sit right here, and I'll engage the Centurion.
Target is down.
So as you can see, AC-20 is in Group 1. My medium lasers are in Group 2. The medium lasers are for typically any helicopters. There we go. And we're always aiming for... There we go. So Centurion AH has an AC-20, so I aim for the right arm to take it out quickly, to take out the biggest threat. There you go. That was, I think, 4 shots, and that guy's dead. Let's see, AC-20. I'm going to have them target that. Hopefully they can target that Igor over there, the quad AC-2s. Doesn't do too much damage, but 4 of them, and the AI units, they can do a lot of damage. They don't have to worry about heat, I feel. They don't have to worry about ammo. There we go. Sometimes I'll shoot SRM if I think I can hit it, but I missed obviously right there. Here's our Panther. Hit him right in the face. As you can see, there's a very low cooldown for the AC-20 burst fire. Yeah, AC-20 burst fire. There we go. That guy's dead. Okay, I think that's done. We just have to take care of this last Igor here. I'm not going to waste my ammo on it. Oh, there's some guys. Let's have them target. There's a dragon, 1C. And we have a grasshopper. Okay. Interesting. And as you can see, one thing that you can't really tell is that the Cyclops is faster than other ones, so which is what I always like. I like to close the gap with my enemies. Okay, let's see. They haven't engaged those 2 yet, so I'm going to come from behind. Let's see, we got some vehicles there, but we don't really have to worry about that. I don't know why this Hatamoto Chi is coming from the side. Hit the grasshopper right in the back. Can't tell if it's looking at me though. No, it's not. Now it's looking at me. The dragon's been hit a few times, and I hit it from behind. The dragon, I hate the design of the dragon. Like I used to use a dragon when I used to play Mechwarrior Online, but I hate it in Mechwarrior 5. It's just it's not a good mech in my opinion. Excuse me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you like dragons. I like the idea of the dragon, but in terms of the hard points and the design, I feel like I guess in terms of Mechwarrior Online, for when you play against other players, your center torso is so fat. There we go. This guy's almost gone. I'm gonna let my guys take it out. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste. Okay, and let's see. Target that rifleman. How many more enemies? 15 more enemies. Not bad. Gotta watch out for that Igor over there. Oh, we got lots of enemies coming this way. You know what? I'm just gonna... Ooh, that's a lot of bad guys. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys to see whether we can take on a heavy and assault mech on our own. And see, I don't have to worry about my arms. There we go. The Zeus is gone. This next... Well, I thought that Salvo would do it. There we go. That guy's dead. Now's the Orion's turn. See if we can get a cockpit shot. Because the thing is with the Orion, if you're playing, I guess, multiplayer, a lot of people are going to try to get those headshots. And the Orion tends to have a larger cockpit panel than other mechs. There we go. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Okay, who's next? It's a Marauder. Okay. What I've been looking for in Mechwarrior 5, which we've been unsuccessful, is a Marauder 2i, or I think that's the name of it. I had one opportunity for it, but I didn't have enough. What's it called? Salvage shares on that mission, unfortunately. And that's the one thing that I wish that they would address in future Mechwarriors, because it's not going to be addressed, unfortunately, in this iteration. I feel is that it's kind of hard. It's what I guess is realistic that way, but it's kind of hard to get the mechs you really want. Maybe all mechs should be available, and it's just like some are more. It's maybe more expensive, or I don't know. Like, we all have our favorite mechs, and wouldn't it be great if we can get that mech sooner than later? So we got some light mechs, Javelin, and another Javelin over there. Let's go engage our heavy mechs. We got our Grasshopper. As you can see, that red line is the tag on the Banshee. That'll help target acquisition for my mechs with LRMs. How are we doing for ammo? We have 7 more enemies, and I have 28 more shots for the AC-20. That's about, if say 4 salvos per mech, we have 7 more mechs I can kill, so no problems. And we're talking about like assault mechs, right? There we go. See, what's over there? That is a partisan heavy tank. Those are nasty. 4 AC-5s. I'm going to help with this. That's Salvo 3, and this is Salvo 4. The extra stuff will destroy it. Yeah, there we go. You guys destroy that Javelin. Have fun with that. I'll just take on these extra targets over here, and the base is at 85%, so we're very good. Look at that. That took a full AC-20 burst fire shot and lasers, and it took the SRMs to take it out. go. 2 more enemies. We have a Manticore over there and that Javelin untouched for some reason.
Coordinating on target's ID.
Obviously my employer doesn't like that, but I don't care. What do we got there? Nope. Total miss. Nope. I guess that's where LRMs would come in handy, so I can shoot over the ridge. There we go. No problems. How's the Javelin doing? Is one-legged. Mission's done. I'm just gonna stop my mech, or we'll switch to the Salvage.
I'm showing no more.
Okay, so salvage time. Let's see what we got. Centurion A, Dragon 1C, Centurion no. So nothing really interesting. I will typically pick up the high-end stuff, but as you can see, because we're so late in the game, I have so much or so many copies of anything. So it really doesn't matter. I remember there was one Mechwarrior game where if you didn't pick all your negotiation points, you could use it to increase your standing with your employer. I really like that. I don't know why they didn't do this with Mechwarrior 5. You know, like sometimes I would love to have good standing with everyone, but this is more realistic in that, you know, if you help someone, like here, I gained 11 points with House Krita, and I lost 8 with Independence. Usually it's not that much gaining more. Usually it's a small gain and a big loss of standing. So eventually you come across people that really hate you or kind of like you. Anyways, let's finish off some loot. Just throw in some stuff. I don't really care. And let's take a look. As you can see, oh, look at this. Major Ambrose, good job. So as you can, so I find that the Lancemates typically do around 400 to 500 damage, but some of these mechs that I've equipped are doing quite a bit more. So 600, which is decent, but Major Ambrose did very well. That's doubling these guys. So remember, the Stalker was double LRM 20s, double SRM 6s, and quad medium lasers. That's Hunter's build for his Stalker when he used to use it. As you can see, for me though, I still do more damage than all of them. That's typical, I feel, of a brawling or primary damage DPS dealer leader versus if you stand back and control, just use your Lancemates that way. But I feel if you do that, your Lancemates will just eventually take too much damage. And as you can see, they took almost nothing. Look at this Banshee, took almost nothing. So 1796, I took them almost the most damage because, you know, I drew the most aggro. But oh, we finished the job reward. Kill 5 grasshoppers. 5.7 mil, ER large laser, nice. I don't like ER versions, even though it does have better range. I brawl, so not useful. Double heat sinks, which would be fantastic, except I have probably about 40 now at this point. And we're full up on rep for that. So I'm going to repair my mechs, and we're going to jump to the next mission. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, normally I would not do missions for the Federated Commonwealth, just because in this campaign, I'll just show you quickly my stats over here. I'm very good. As you can see, House Krita I'm really good with. House Davian I am not. House Steiner I'm not, although technically they are the FedCom coalition, and it's only -1, so it's actually not bad. I can actually work for them, and it'll be okay, but that will decrease my rep with the Independents. And let's look at the Independents again. I didn't take a close look. We're heroes with them, but it's okay. My rep is so high just in general, and it doesn't matter. Like, I have everything I want. I'm basically, I can just fly around looking for, spend all my money and try to find every single hero mech that I want. So let's jump into the mission. So we're doing a 96 difficulty Warzone with the Cyclops. A surprise attack has been executed on Wesau 3, and our only line of defense is a small and frankly under-equipped and under-skilled garrison force. Our main fleets are too far to reach them in time, so we're turning to any mercenary willing to come to their aid. So once again, so as you can see, I have significantly less negotiation points because they don't particularly like me. And as you notice, I forgot to use my airstrikes because I was talking the entire time. Because it's high, I am going to actually do this. No, that's not very much. 20. I had, before my computer crapped out, I had a notepad, like an electronic notepad on the right on my other monitor that tracked how many salvage shares each mech cost, and it was so I'd have a rough idea. Difficulty 96 means we're either going to have very powerful vehicles, or we're going to have very powerful mechs, or we're going to have a lot of assault mechs, and there might be an assault mech that we want or we might see, but usually the rare good stuff isn't ever here. You know, we're going to find it in the mech market, maybe we're going to find it in the high risk missions. So you know what, with 27 salvage shares and this being a war zone, I'm actually going to take more mission airstrikes, which means that which means salvage shares, meaning that it's mostly equipment I'm getting. I'm not getting mechs. And watch me find that Marauder 2i, I don't know, whatever, Marauder 2. So accept, and we got Cyclops again. Do we want to switch out our teammates? Yes, I forgot which one is Hunter's preferred. I think this one. So this is the I can tell from the way they're designed, the way the loadout is, which one is Hunter's. Hunter loves his heavy rifle, kind of like a brawling way, whereas this is built with it does have really good gear. It has medium pulse lasers, it has the AC-20, but this doesn't look like what Hunter would use. So I'm gonna equip that to just increase the tonnage. We got the Stalker, which is actually 85 tons. I always feel like the Stalker's heavier, but it's not. I'm not equipping the Carapace or the Night Stalker because we do have Gauss rifles on there, high tier Gauss rifles, and this is Hunter's favorite. If I was playing with Hunter, obviously he would be picking one of these, but he's not here today. Work has been very busy, very stressful, and these days I don't feel like playing after work. I just want to veg and just watch TV. So, Stalker, Banshee, we're good. So we're going to see whether this Atlas can do more than a Hatamoto Chi, which I forgot is either 85 or 90 tons. So there's 10 more tons of either armor or weaponry on the Atlas.
Hangar doors open. Stand clear. Reactor online.
So we have to reach the checkpoint alpha to set up your hold, and then we can, what's it called? Fight and use the base. Oh, there we go. And one thing I don't like is that our friendlies are always like super damaged. Like you have to be very quick to stop them from getting destroyed. Like this guy, look, 2 medium lasers. I don't know. So that's what we got. We got a flea. I think that was a friendly. I'm gonna take off the arm, the PPC arm off the Panther. There you go. You're dead. Really, I shouldn't be using any of my heavy weapons on these guys, as much as it would, destroy them faster. We're probably going to need every single AC-20 burst fire shot. Especially since this is Warzone, I can kind of stay longer too. But the Cyclops will not be able to do that. Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can get an airstrike going. That's a little bit late. For what? A Centurion I see and a Marauder. Okay, I think we hit the Marauder though. The Marauder, yeah, the Marauder got hit hard, which is nice. Just hit this guy, use only lasers, and Centurion's gone. Okay, which made sense. Okay, quick speed. Draw some aggro off the Centurion. Hit the Marauder though, that's the more pressing target. I think I saw only... Oh, he's dead, yeah. And this was an AC 10 Centurion. He's gonna get ripped to shreds from behind. Yeah, he's gone. Okay, so where do you think they're gonna spawn? Oh, right over there. The airstrikes I feel are helpful, but at the same time they don't do that much damage. Even if you hit them straight on, like if there may be lights and mediums, then yes, you'll do more damage, but lights and mediums don't do that much damage. So sometimes I feel like I should just put points into salvage and it'd just be better, a better use of my time. There is the Phoenix Hawk 1, and this, I think that's one of the one. No, that's not the build I like. Oh, actually it is, because it has 2 machine guns. Anything that has machine guns I like, especially if it's more than just one hard point of machine guns. There you go, you're dead. What do we got up there? We got a Victor, which we've damaged, and a Dervish. Dervish has been typically designed. Oh, let's hit this Victor that's over here. Let's try to hit its right arm. Take out this right arm and you basically neutered it. Victor is built very similar to the Cyclops. It has jump jets typically, but the AC 20 is on the arm. And just like that, no arm, there goes your AC 20. And see, he's basically useless without his arm. For me, you gotta take out my right torso. And of course in PvP or Mechwarrior Online, that would be easier. But against AI is unlikely unless you play poorly. There's a Blackjack 3. Blackjack 3 Special, one of the newer types than the standard earlier Blackjacks, which was mostly a ballistic type of Blackjack. What do we got over there? We got a Warhammer. Ooh, damn. Hey, you know what? I might have to revise my opinion as the Warhammer being my favorite heavy mech. The Warhammer is great if people leave you alone, but I feel like what I do against enemy Warhammers, I just target one torso. Like I fully just target one torso. You take one torso out, it's lost half of its weapons, which might be the case for most mechs anyways, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes the Warhammer armor might be a little bit weaker, or I don't know. It's I almost never use Warhammers anymore when I play with Hunter. Although, if you find me the what's it called? If you find me the hero variant of the Warhammer, the Black Widow version or whatever, it has 6 ballistic slots, which I equip with machine guns, and it tears things apart. I wish I got one for this run. Hopefully I'll get it for the next campaign run. So as you can see, we're going to take out its right torso in a moment, and everything is going to fall off. Look, yeah, it's dead already. Cyclops doing pretty well, only 6 more targets, so it's not as many targets as other Warzone missions, but it has, we're facing off against higher tonnage enemies. Nothing we can't handle though. Our guys are barely injured. Look at that. Okay, our Atlas is kind of injured. The Stalker is barely injured. Oh, is that the... Nope. Oh. What do we got there? Ooh, that is a... There we go. That's a good shot. Hopefully... Ooh, what's that? That's a Mauler. Oh, okay, okay. Please attack that. Let's see. Yeah, right on top of it, I think. That's right on top of it. Beautiful. Look at that. That's fantastic. I don't know what hit it, but something hit it very hard. Let's get this Wolverine. I don't like the Wolverine design either. It's like small hard points, not enough hard points. should be similar to the Kintaro, but it's just not. And I've almost never piloted the Wolverine. Maybe my next run I'm gonna only use a mech once, or maybe I'm only gonna use mechs that I never typically pilot, or maybe ones where I don't touch the loadout, that I keep it a stock loadouts. I might do that, and we'll see how effective I am in that run. That guy's dead. Yep. Okay, so that's that. And what we're going to do is we're going to get close to the drop zone, but then we'll see how long I can fight. We'll go until I use up all my AC-20 ammo, and as you can see, I still have 28, so I haven't been needing it very much in this mission. So as you can see from this build, it's very powerful, very simple, quick, armored. You know, it is ammo dependent, because once you run out of your... So if you're not very careful with your aim, you won't do as much damage, and you'll eventually run out of your SRM and AC-20 ammo. But if you're accurate, you can do almost any difficulty and do well. And all you do, and there's no real trick, you just either aim for the appendage or part of the mech that has the most dangerous weapons, or you just aim to core everything, because the AC-20 will just rip off that armor. There we go.
Engaging lost target.
Like I said, about 4 full salvos of your AC-20 burst fire should be enough to take out most mechs, if your aim is true. Right now, I'm not trying too hard. But that guy's dead. He got shot in the face. There we go. So how many more shots? 16 more shots. So we'll run dry for our AC-20 and then we'll get out. How's the rest of Banshee's barely hurt? You're barely hurt. How's our Atlas doing? Not bad. I've apparently taken more damage than the Atlas. I don't know what the logic behind this delay in waves. Maybe the developer's giving us time to relocate to a better position. I would love to see a King of the Hill type of mission for Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries, where, you know, it's just wave after wave, and you know, they're coming from all directions. You're put in the middle of the map, you know, maybe. Like, yes, that's technically what Warzone is, but the rate in which enemies come is a little bit slow. Like I'd want a lot more enemies to come at me. So what we got? We have Igors coming, easy peasy, and a light mech. It's like our enemies ran out of mechs to throw at us. Okay, there's one Igor. What do we got? Oh, let's see if I can hit it. Wow. Oh, one thing with Igors is you want to shoot the propeller for the Igors, and hitting the propellers will deal more damage than if you shot just like the body of the plane. What do we got? We got an Enforcer, where the weapons are typically on the arm. I gotta watch out. My left leg is taking a lot of damage, and that's the leg that typically takes the most damage because of the way that I circle strafe enemies. I usually present my left side of my body or my mech to my enemies. This guy's dead. Did the next salvo. Bye bye. And there it is. There we go. Let's see if we can catch it. Missed it. How close are we? 9 more salvos. We're talking about 2 to 3 more mechs, depending on how good my aim is. We've earned 417,000 extra C-Bells. Haven't really come across anything too dangerous. It just, as you saw, a lot of mechs, a lot of Igors, which probably is what increases the difficulty. And I should practice my circle strafing the other way, so like straight this way. I don't like strafing this way though. And I don't know in Mechwarrior Online whether people people obviously circle strafe, and are they circle strafing the same way? Are they circle strafing left, or are they circle strafing right? And you can take advantage of that fact, because I don't know, like if people are putting ammo in their legs, then aim for the left leg.
Is pulling in more hostiles
Or whatever.
from the surrounding area.
Okay. This will be the last wave, and then I think we'll stop. We still have one more airstrike, so let me use that up. There we go. That's what we got. What do we got? I think that will hit it.
Sierra 1-1, this is Sierra 2-1.
I think I was too close.
Sierra 2-1 out.
If my lance mace can hit him with some, yeah, maybe slow him down.
That was our last go with the airstrikes. The
Okay,
rest is up to
let's
us.
see what we got. Oh, I think we touched that. That looks like a Victor. Bet you that's a Victor. And that guy has no legs. There you go, he's done. Yeah, look at the Victor. Wow. Maybe I think that was my airstrike. So the airstrike today, I was very good at today. So I'm gonna come from behind as usual. Remember the trick to be invisible in Mechwarrior 5. You just don't do damage. Don't draw the aggro, and the mech won't pay attention to you. It'll pay attention to the mech that has been doing the most damage to it. See, it's like, oh, where'd Jonathan go? Oh, it's already dead. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's run back, and we'll probably, unless we get some enemies between here and there, we're probably just gonna switch to the salvage screen so we can talk about some post-game stuff. Okay, so a Warzone high difficulty mission is complete. Let's take a look at our salvage. Anything interesting? Usually not at this point. And as you can see, I don't even have the salvage shares anyways. If I maybe wanted a Marauder, which I don't need one, or a Victor, which I don't like, I don't have the salvage shares anyways. So I'll take the AC-10, the large laser, tier 4s, the LRM-10 streams, SRM-4s, which I actually don't have too many of. Oh, and I ran out of salvage shares. And oh, I like this though. So maybe let's get rid of this maybe. And anything else good here? Double heat sinks. Oh, machine guns. I have a lot of machine guns. Oh, we do have a double heat sink. I don't think I even did. I don't think I even checked last time, which shows you how many heat sinks I have. There we go. Whatever, I don't care. Okay, so how did my teammates do? They did very well. Maybe because of the type of mission that they don't have to like chase anyone. The enemy's coming to them, and there's no. It was a better, clear battlefield. So the Banshee, Stalker, and Atlas all did very good damage. Much better than the typical 400 to 500 damage. So the builds that we have for our lance mates are pretty good. If you want to check those out again, you can go to the beginning of the video, and I showed how they're built out. The Stalker, as you can see, took very little damage. I took the most damage, obviously, and it was all on the leg that I present when I circle strafe enemies. But I did do the most damage, doing the damage of at least 2 lance mates. And yeah, so that concludes this video today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that gave you an idea of maybe a different mech that you maybe haven't tried, and that it is a good alternative. I really like it. Once again, it's great for those Warzone missions, even defense missions. It's not the best, in my opinion, for demolition missions because you don't have a weapon that you can shoot constantly. So once again, that's why I like the Warhammers. I like the Battlemasters, specific variants, of course, that have at least dual machine guns where I can shoot and destroy buildings quicker instead of just running over them like what I'd have to do with a Cyclops. But other than that, I love the AC-20 burst fire. As you can see, it's the bread and butter. The cooldown's very low. I use the medium lasers typically for weaker vehicles and specifically helicopters. And the SRM-6 is just additional damage. And even though we were doing some of the highest difficulty missions, not specifically high-risk missions, but just missions, I wasn't running out of ammo at all. In the high-risk missions, I kind of was, but I think also my lance mates were more lightly armed, so I wasn't using a fully decked Banshee. I was using the crappy Banshee, or the Atlas maybe didn't have medium pulse lasers, just normal lasers, so the DPS was much less. So anyways, thanks for joining me. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.